You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. We've got an old ex-ESPN host, an analyst who now works for Fox Sports on the radio side, Rob Parker. Now, you may be like, do I know that name? He used to be on First Take. He used to be on, like, the Sports Reporters and all these different shows back in the day. He was always a fill-in that sparred with Skip Bayless and sparred with Stephen A., yada, yada, yada. He is also a very known Tom Brady hater. He absolutely hates him some Tom Brady. Evidently, he hates him some Fernando Mendoza as well. Now, he did point something out that I had already thought about, but not for the reasons he's talking about. I was shocked the Raiders didn't have any primetime games or standalone games. At least later in the season when you think there's a chance they're either going to be good. Like, look, Kirk Cousins may keep them competitive in some games. And there is a world that if they're competitive enough, maybe they get flexed in later in the year. That is possible. But I was shocked, especially later in the year, that when you have a chance that Fernando Mendoza might be the starter, I think watching rookie quarterbacks is interesting. I was shocked the league did not give them a game. So you see this, analysts blast Raiders and Tom Brady over rookie quarterback Fernando Mendoza, and his thing, he believes Fernando Mendoza is a bust and that the league knows he's a bust, and that's why he's not on television. Okay.
Fernando Mendoza will be a bust. Don't even bother watching. Tom Brady doesn't know what he's doing. He's ruined a storied franchise in the Raiders.
Hold on. The Raiders have not been good for a very long time, right? Storied franchise, yes. But if someone wants to call the franchise ruined, that's not Tom Brady's fault. I mean, that franchise has been dysfunctional and had problems for a long time now. Let's be honest. And I think the Raiders are interesting, always have. But they've had some problems. So that's not really on Tom Brady. But this guy cannot see past his own Tom Brady hate.
Don't waste your time. How in the world could the NFL make a schedule, Kerry, and not have at least one game where we could see the first overall pick on a national level? It speaks volumes. It tells.
Okay, number one, they do not award games to every team anymore. They used to. They don't do it anymore. All right? The Jets, the Titans don't have a game either. So that's no longer done. The other thing is, in fairness to television, they don't exactly know when Fernando Mendoza is going to start. Again, I'm surprised they didn't give him maybe a late year game somewhere. Thinking Mendoza might, thinking either the Raiders would be good with Cousins potentially, or Fernando's in there starting, which would have made it interesting. But from the league's perspective, they're probably thinking, well, we don't want to have a team that might be 2-10 in week 13 playing in a standalone game.
They don't think anything's going on. One game? We can't see Fernando Mendoza in one game? I mean, seriously. Like the NFL is telegraphing it. They don't think he's anything special. This now takes me back to all those scouts who said if this was a different draft with other quarterbacks, he might be the 5th or 6th quarterback drafted. It was a weak quarterback class. That's how he leapfrogged to number 1. And here we are. The Raiders, I know they haven't done anything since Moby Dick was a guppy, and it's been a long time. but they have a rabid fan base. They have a Raiders Nation is real, right? And JT the Brick, is Mr. Raider. He's still doing it. They love it. The Raiders. They're in Las Vegas in a fancy stadium. High tech, all the stuff. And the NFL had the nerve, the audacity, the unmitigated gall. Thank you. I was trying to get it.
I got
to
you, Robert.
say thank you, but no thank you. I think it's an indictment on Fernando Mendoza, even more so than the Raiders, because the Raiders have been bad and they've gotten on national television before. How in the world could this happen, Kerry?
That's one of the dumbest takes I've ever heard. That the league knows Fernando Mendoza is going to be a bust, so we're not going to award them a standalone game. I just think they believe, look, they weren't very good last year. They had the first overall pick, and we don't know when he's going to start. Was I surprised they didn't have one? A standalone game because of Fernando? Yeah. But not knowing when he's going to start is kind of a problem. It's kind of an issue. Do I think it's some kind of conspiracy by the league because they have a predetermined mindset that Fernando's going to be a bust? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's so stupid. I mean, there are some reasons why I want him on television. Heisman Trophy winner. Just won the national championship. I mean, he literally checked the win undefeated. Check the Joe Burrow boxes, for crying out loud, prior to coming out. I would like to know why they didn't give give the team a game. Again, I think it's because they think the team's not going to be very good. I think the Raiders could be sneaky, to be honest with you. The moment that they got Kirk Cousins, and it looked like they are going to legitimately let Kirk start, I think Kirk can still win some games in the league. Like, I was surprised Kirk ultimately did not go back to the Vikings, because I thought if he would go back to the Vikings, they'll win 12 games. He knows that system. He's been there. Ton of great receivers. And they rolled. I'd rather have Kirk than Kyler Murray. I'm sorry. I think there's a chance. I know they're talking about JJ losing his job. We'll see. Frankly, they may both suck in Minnesota. That's possible. I don't know. This guy hates Tom Brady so much that he's got to manufacture horrible, horrible takes just because he loathes Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's now a minority owner with the Ravens, with the Raiders, and so now he's got to shit on Fernando Mendoza because Tom Brady took him number 1 overall in the draft. The fuck? I mean, really? All right. I mean, all I'm going to say is there's probably a reason why Rob Parker has been relegated out of prime position after prime position after prime position in sports media to now he's got one little camera shining on him while he's on Fox Sports Radio. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.